Hey everybody, Dr. T here. Today I'm going to be reading a letter that I received from a survivor on how they survived their abuse. Not all survivors survive the same way, but I wanted to share her story with everyone so victims that are still enduring trauma know that there is a way to survive. This survivor's survival may not be another person's way of surviving, but it is what worked for her. My name is Dorothy, and the name has been changed to protect the innocent. And I endured 8.5 years of abuse. I won't go into detail, but I wanted to share with you how I got away from my abuser. I endured years of emotional, verbal, physical, and psychological abuse. After finally calling the cops on him and having him arrested, I moved out of his house. But I was young and didn't understand that I deserved better than how he treated me, and I thought the feelings I had were love. I ended up continuing to date him, but I knew enough to not move back in. Anytime he got too drunk, I would sneak away and leave and go back to my parents' house, which was 30 minutes away. This way I felt safe that he wouldn't come find me. He did try a couple times and was arrested for drunken driving, but this, of course, was also my fault. This continued for years until I began to realize he was cheating on me. I was tired of being treated the way he was treating me, and I had such low self-esteem that I didn't believe anyone else would want me. But after he pushed my son and made him cry, I knew I had to get out of the relationship or the abuse would get worse for both me and my son. I ended up getting my own house and then wrote him a letter stating that I was breaking up with him and that I couldn't endure his abuse anymore. His drinking was an issue and I just couldn't keep putting myself through his behavior towards me or his abuse against my child. That I was told by his own brother that he had been cheating on me and I deserved better. He called me several times to profess his love, something he had never done in the 8.5 years we were together. Not once did he ever say he loved me until I left him. I went radio silent. I quit hanging out with mutual friends. I quit going to places I knew that he hung out at. I quit answering the phone when he called. Changed my number 3 times to stop the phone calls, but he kept getting it from people I thought were on my side. It took about a year before the phone calls stopped. A part of me missed him, but I knew it was for the better that I never go back. Thankfully, after I left, he never came looking for me. It was just the phone calls. Had he been more determined, I don't know what would have happened, because he knew where I lived. Had he shown up at my home, I might have went back. I don't know. I lost a lot when I left him. I was very depressed and lonely and wanted someone to share adventures with, but had to remind myself that the adventures I had with him were not always good ones. I gained so much more in my life having left. I'm a better person and educated, which is something he prevented me from pursuing. I have a good job, and he is still a drunk and unemployed. Some friends that see him around sometimes update me. I'm grateful that I had the courage to leave. I am now happily married and can truly say that I am loved. I am not a victim. I am a survivor. Thank you to Dorothy for sharing your story. Some abuse situations can end in tragedy, and it is very hard to leave an abusive situation. Remember that every situation is different, and Dorothy's way of leaving might not work for everyone. Some abusers track down their victims and force them to return. Luckily, Dorothy's did not, and she was able to leave the abuse behind and make a better future for herself. Remember, nobody deserves to be abused. And no matter what the abuser says, it is never the victim's fault. If you or someone you know is in an abusive situation, call the National Helpline at 1-800
888-799-SAFE or text START to 88788. Everyone deserves a healthy relationship.